Hello everybody, and hopefully you like the title of this. We didn't start the fire. Ha! We've been up since 6 a.m., which when you're not sleeping well and you're drained and you're completely tired is like way early in the morning, especially when you were sound asleep and you were woken up to that. And I know I look ratchet today and like I need a total shower and everything, but it's not happening because I'm not feeling it. I'm wearing Bella today, which by the way, I kind of totally dig this color, and I dig this color with this like gray really fall shirt that I'm wearing, but I kind of like it for the winter too, because I feel like you still see pine cones and leaves in the winter, and I really dig it. It's like a sweatshirt, but it doesn't feel like a sweatshirt. Anyway, I know you don't care about my outfit or anything, but I'm gonna give you updates and things too, but I just kind of felt like sharing those things too. I know that I look icky. I just kind of wanted to explain how like I tried to look somewhat decent today, but again, when you're woken up like that and you're just kind of like so after we got back to the room and stuff, I kind of just laid back in bed in the clothes that I was in and just kind of vegged, and then I was like, oh, I should probably put on some lip scents and stuff, so did that. And then after that, I was like, oh, I should probably change clothes. So I kind of just threw clothes on and brushed my hair and just said, done. I'm somewhat of a human today. And called it a day. So you're kind of lucky that like and put perfume and stuff on and deodorized and like washed my face and stuff, but like didn't full shower today. So didn't even like, and I don't have any dry shampoo, so it's, you know, it's a thing. I need to shower. I'll probably do that tomorrow or tonight or something like that. I don't know. I'll fit it in. I've just been so exhausted, guys. I've been so exhausted. I should have this morning. Maybe I will tonight or tomorrow morning. Either tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll find time. And then I've been putting these little Post-its on my beauty books. I know that you guys here on this part really don't care about my beauty books or my business, but then this isn't my business page, but I've been putting these little things saying like, feel free to contact me. I know it's backwards for you guys, but feel free to contact me with any questions, or if you want to make an order, information about becoming a distributor, like, you know, these cute little things. So then when I leave these places, people, you know, have that nice little handwritten note from me, and then above they have all my information. And then if I'm handing them to somebody like outright, they'll just be blank, so then people can write down their information on the Post-its so that I can get their information and I can like enter them into a drawing for a free lip kit. And then if they get a free lip kit, those ones are like if I hand them to like you, and then there's a blank Post-it on it. These ones don't have that, but if that were the case, I would like hand it to you and there would be a blank thing, and I would say, hey, this is so I can have your information so that I can enter you in the drawing for the free lip kit. And then I follow up and just say like, you know, or did you see anything that you liked, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, hey, I'd like to send you, you know, your free lip kit if you want, and go from there. So I've been working on that today, getting those ready because I've been leaving these around different places. I still have yet to leave them at the hospital. I'm going to leave some at some places I'm going tonight, and have some with me for next week, and some were mailed out today. And so working my business even while all of this stuff is going on. So a lot of people are saw my post from this morning from the hospital, and so I told you guys, I left you guys on a cliffhanger. So what happened after all of that? So after all of that, like I said, I kind of felt like bleh. So I kind of came in here. Mom tried to get a few extra winks, so she did that. And then I came in here and I couldn't really sleep. So I decided to watch last night's This Is Us because I missed it last night. I forgot that it was Tuesday and it was going to be on. And so I watched that on the NBC app on my phone. So I was watching that and I was kind of just vegging out and just kind of laying in here and just, sorry about this light being so like offensive, but I need to be like hooked up right now because my phone wants to die. So there's nothing really I can do about that. Let me just like move some of this junk away and see if I can't like reposition myself so it's not like as offensive. Here we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. I don't know. Anyway, so I was watching that on the app and just kind of chilling out in bed, hanging out, whatever. And then I decided, hey, time to get dressed and be a human and not be a zombie. And went and started getting ready. I had already ordered the cab by this point. I was like, hey, let's just order the cab. Ordered that, made sure that it was written down that, hey, one of us needs the front seat. One of us is going to be in the back. There are indeed 2 people. There indeed is a wheelchair. It folds up. Hey, somebody needs to be able to lift it and put it in the back because guess what? One of us is going to be trying to get the other individual, safely, happily into the car. Cool. Is that all written down? Great. Because we like pay you guys on a regular basis now. And when we're back, like an hour away, we still ask you to come and pick us up for like appointments. And that gives you guys like a lot of money. So you guys are making quite a bit of money off of us. So we're like paying customers. So cool. Okay. So I got the really, really nice girl. And I'm telling you, man, when she is the dispatcher, everything goes amazing and we get better drivers and things go really great. I love when it's her time. I'm sorry that I look so shiny. I tell you, I am really not this shiny because like I'm feeling my face right now. I'm not this shiny. Like I look so oily and so shiny and so red. And I'm telling you, in person right now, I do not look this way. It's this light, man. It's this light making it look that way. Like Bella doesn't even look this shade. Yeah, see, it does not. This is all this hue from this light. Even my hair looks like a different shade than it is. That's so weird to me. Anyway, everything works really good when that girl is dispatching. So I got her and I ordered the cab. So I was like, yay, things are probably going to go great. Yippee. Woo. So I was happy about that. So, we went down early and we were waiting. So they come and it was a new driver that we hadn't had before, but that was fine. And she seemed really nice, except that she put the cab right near like ice. That's a problem. So, Mom started to slide and I really legitimately thought she was going to fall and like we weren't going to be able to get her back up. So I was really concerned, but we managed to have her not fall. So Team Ann wins. It was a victory. Nobody fell. Nobody got hurt. So to me, that was a huge victory this morning that we had after like the morning that we had. That was a huge victory. Nobody broke anything. Nobody sprained anything. Nobody fell on their butt. That's victory. So she was like, okay, maybe you could go over there. So I was like, okay, we need to unfold the wheelchair so she can sit and then we can get her over there and then you can bring the cab over and, to where it's like dry and not icy. And so she was like, yeah, cool. So she was very, very down, very understanding, very, very nice. So we did that, which added extra time, but that's fine because she was early in addition to the fact that we ordered the cab to be a half hour early. So we weren't going to be late by any means to the appointment. And usually they're running behind even when they say they're on time. And even if you are late for your appointment, they're understanding because there are times that they make you wait and they're usually like pretty flexible. So I was not concerned about this at all. So, we went ahead and did that and Mom got in fine from there and she was so nice and she put the wheelchair in by herself and I thought that was really cool and nice of her. And then we got in and everything was great. So then we get to the hospital and oh my goodness, she didn't have her credit card reader hooked up. So it took a minute to boot. So mom was already out of the car waiting in the cold by the time it started to boot. So she felt really bad about that. And she was like, hey, do you want to take your mom inside so she's not in the cold? And I'm like, nah, it's okay. It won't take that long. Well, it took even longer. Then it said it was out of paper. So then she had to put new paper in. So that took even longer. But in the end, it really wasn't that long. And she was so nice about it, and it wasn't her fault. And, you know, it was just one of those things that happened, but it just, like, added to the day and was, like, comical. It was like the universe was literally testing us to see how much we could take today. Almost falling on the ice, the card reader taking forever, it being out of paper, like, how many things were going to go wrong. I was so worried about how the treatment was going to go, because with all these other things going wrong, right? Like, how's the treatment itself going to go? But it seemed to go really, really smoothly, and mom got her guy, who's, like, her dude. He's so nice and so kind to her, and it seemed to go fairly well. And then going out, we didn't miss our floor or anything like that, because usually with the elevator, something weird goes wrong. But no, that went really smoothly. Going in and out of the hospital went really smoothly. And then when we were picked up, the guy that picked us up, that driver, he was really good. And that went really smoothly. And his card reader was fine. And that went fine. And so the rest of the day has gone fairly well. We came back to the hotel, and that's been pretty good. So far, the rest of today has gone pretty well. And we got some pretty good news about moving ahead with the rest of things. So I think things are pretty much working out the way that they need to. And we're probably pretty much going to be okay moving into next week. I mean, we had to shuffle some things around, and I'm not exactly going to be able to celebrate my birthday the way that I wanted to, or the way that I hoped that I was going to be able to. But it's strangely going to work out in a way that's okay, and I'm all right with that. We don't always get what we want, but in a weird way, we get what we need. It's like that song, you know, you can't always get what you want, but you find that you get what you need, something like that. I think that's actually coming to be true here. And I think in a way it's going to work out for the best the way that it needs to. So I'm kind of super excited about it. So for everybody who was kind of wondering the cliffhanger of what happened after the kind of big thing super early this morning, that's what that was. Sorry for the glare on the glasses. I'll put them up. So I do have a little bit of a headache right now. Despite having lunch. I actually did have lunch, don't worry, and mom has had her lunch. We came back here, we had food, everybody has eaten. People are always so worried about that. Have you eaten? Have you done things? Yes, everybody had food. We had healthy food. Nobody's eating junk food. It has been suggested. I've turned it down. People are hydrating. I had more of my Powerade Zero, and you can see the spoon from lunch is in it. I just haven't thrown these out yet. I'll probably be having another Powerade in a little bit. I try not to have too many of them, because sometimes if I have too many, they upset my stomach, so I just have like one or two throughout the day. I had a little bit of orange juice. Mom had some orange juice. So that's been really, really good. We do hydrate, and we have water as well. So we have a mix of things to drink here for us. And so we have, mom's been basically having oatmeal and cream of wheat as her food, because we have found that tomato soup is too abrasive on her stomach now because of the acidity from the tomatoes. So that means that vegetable ABC, anything with that tomato base, is out. So that is very disappointing for her, but we do have some alternative choices in moving forward. So it's very sad that she has to have such bland things. But the doctor did give us some other alternative choices in our meeting with her yesterday. So we may be trying some of those out. There was chicken breast, cooked, again, pretty blandly, but still, just as long as it's not, fried. The inside of a baked potato, not the actual skin, because that will irritate her, but the inside of a baked potato. and some different things like that. So we're going to try those moving forward. And anybody who's not catching this actually live, you can watch it back here on my profile. I'm going to save it, but then also I am going to be putting this up on YouTube over the weekend. So you're going to be seeing this probably next week. So this is probably a week old by the time you're seeing it on YouTube, if you are seeing it on YouTube, but it is going to be up. So it is some sort of update. And we're going to kind of have this forever to kind of document our experience through this cancer situation. I know that I'm not showing a lot of Mom. That's basically just to respect her privacy and to respect everything that she's going through. She's so very tired right now. She's very fatigued. You know, she's having such a hard time with her stomach right now. Foods are really irritating. So like I said, she's basically living on oatmeal and cream of wheat right now. She does have orange juice from time to time. That hasn't started to upset her stomach yet. So it's like water primarily, but sometimes she will have orange juice. Like I said, the doctor has given us some suggestions on things that she could eat beyond oatmeal and cream of wheat. We haven't tried them yet, but she was saying like chicken breast, but just as long as it's not fried or anything, like baked chicken breast, or a baked potato, but just as long as it's not the skin, it can only be like the inside of the baked potato. She could have that. And certain vegetables, but not really. Fruits and vegetables are actually kind of her enemy right now. They're really too abrasive for her stomach. And anything tomato-based right now is horrible. She can't have soups that are tomato-based or anything like that. So we've had to cut those out now. So she's eating very little. She has very little appetite. Her stomach is very, very raw. But we do have medications that are helping that. But even with the medications, it's still very, very difficult and very painful and very upsetting for her. So we're just taking it day by day, minute by minute with her stomach, and she's also very fatigued. So that's why you're not seeing my mom very much in these. She would love to be able to say, you know, hey, this is how I'm feeling, or different things like that. But I'm respecting her privacy by not really including her very much in these updates and in the videos, because I just don't want to upset her when she's resting, and I don't want to add pressure on her while she's not feeling well. You know, when you're not feeling well, you don't exactly want to be on camera, and some of us have, like, you know, we're self-conscious anyway, and it makes us more self-conscious when somebody's putting a camera in our face when we don't feel well. So I don't want to put her through that. So I would rather just relay the information. But I do want you guys to know that oftentimes she's watching these live streams. She's around, she's reading the comments back afterwards. So she's seeing the likes and the thumbs ups that you guys leave. She's reading the messages of all the love and support. She's so very thankful for all of it. I relay the messages to her when she can't, or she's feeling too weak to do that. So she's very much here and a part of all of this, even when she's not feeling well. But she is resting a lot more, and she's a lot more fatigued. It's a lot harder for her to get in and out of vehicles, we're finding. She's feeling a lot weaker, especially when it comes to getting in and out of vehicles. It's getting harder to get in and out of the cabs because they're like minivans, and they're not really that high up to us, but for her it is, especially with her knees, because she has the degenerative arthritis in them. So it's hard to get from the wheelchair into them. And then when she's in, you know, her body's just so tired and exhausted anyway. It's harder to get from the bed to the bathroom. It's harder to get from her chair to the bed. It's harder to transfer from, you know, her wheelchair to the table for her treatments. It's just, you know, these basic things are becoming harder and harder. I totally will, Aunt Ruth, and we are so happy that you have been so supportive and that you've been here through all of this. You know, we're so thankful to everybody, but we're especially thankful to the people that have been so vocal and so kind and so thoughtful through everything. It really means the world to us. You know, without that, I think some days we would want to give up, especially days like today. It was very hard being woken up the way that we were and kind of going through the, you know, the fear and the fright, you know, getting dressed so early and running downstairs just to be told, oh, it was for nothing. And, you know, it's a rough start to a day. And then when you have such a rough day ahead of you anyway, it just took a lot out of her. So I think she's just extra drained today. And then she's still got 2 days left to go. And then Friday is going to be extra hard for her because she has her regular treatment, which is hard enough as it is, and then she has a separate appointment with a different doctor in the same building, but still a separate appointment after her treatment. And usually her treatment pretty much wipes her out. So she has to kind of muster up double the energy on Friday. So that's going to be truly difficult for her. But a plus for her is that we will be making special arrangements so that she will be able to have her shuttle on Friday to and from the hospital, and she will be able to spend some time at her favorite hotel. So that will be interesting and good. The morning will be a little dicey, but the afternoon will get better, and then eventually in the evening she will be able to go home. So she will have definitely earned it at that point. And again, I'm sorry that I look a little bit rough today, but after the way that this morning went, I decided to forego a shower. I'll do it either tonight or tomorrow morning because I just was like not thinking about looks or anything like that. I was just thinking throw clothes on and get out of here. And then after that, I was just thinking throw clothes on and do what needs to be done. I was just not thinking about how I looked or anything like that. It was just responsibility and obligation, and that's it. Definitely need to hop in the shower. So I'm sorry if I look a little rough. I have had a rough day, and I am having one heck of a migraine right now. It's going to be really complicated moving forward. We know what our schedule is, but our schedule is kind of complicated. Because she's going to be having the two kinds of treatments. This treatment is every day during the week, and then weekends is a break, but it's kind of not because we have to come back early so that we're here for them because she normally lives so far away, and with my boyfriend's work schedule and everything, so it's kind of like we really don't get the weekends because we have to, you know, she doesn't really get like a full day home, if that makes sense. It's also complicated, and we have to pay out of pocket, and it gets so confusing and complicated and kind of horrible this way. After February 6th, I believe, is her last treatment, where she has the external beam treatment. That's the last one that's going to be like she's been having. And then they switch to the other kind of treatment. Now, the other kind of treatment is intense in terms of it's not just like these ones have been. These ones have been like a 20-minute treatment. And so they're fairly quick, and they can be done every day. Well, these other ones can only be done twice a week because they have to use anesthesia, and they don't want to have to use anesthesia on you every day. They can't do that because it's too much for your body to handle. So what's going to happen is the 6th, she's going to have her last external treatment. And then the 7th, they do her first internal treatment. And that procedure lasts 8 hours. And she's going to be on anesthesia and whatever. So obviously that day we're going to be staying at a hotel somewhere, and that's going to be a whole different ball game, because I mean that's going to be horrendous, having to deal with cabs and stuff coming out of anesthesia and not feeling well and the whole thing. That's going to be a really bad day. Then the week after, she's going to have 2 different days where she's going to have that kind of treatment, and on those 2 days we're going to need to be in a hotel. But since they're in the middle of the week, we're going to have to be in a hotel the night before. So we're going to have to kind of pay out of pocket for that. And so we have to make all of those kinds of arrangements. So it's going to be kind of crazy in February. So it's like we're going to need 4 days a week to be in the hotel, but they're only going to pay for 2 of them. And it's going to be weird days because it's going to be like Tuesdays and Fridays, but really Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday we're going to need to be in the hotel, because that's how it's going to have to roll to make it work. And it's in the middle of the week. So my boyfriend is going to be going nuts, driving us back and forth places, and it's going to be in the middle of his work week, and that's going to be stressful for him. And we're just trying to figure it all out and budget it all out, because, you know, of course, we're not Rockefellers, so we're trying to figure out how we're going to afford it all. And we're doing marathons, and people have been so generous, and they've been donating when they can. But of course, it was just Christmas, and taxes are coming up, and we're totally understanding about that too. We don't want anybody to go into bankruptcy trying to help us. Like, that's not what we're asking for either. And we're paying for things out of our pocket too. Like, we're not just saying like, hey, take care of us, don't take care of yourselves or anything like that. We're doing a lot of stuff on our own too. And, we're not, unrealistic that, we're not going to have to do things on our own or anything like that. And we're not those kind of people. My mom has been crying, feeling so terrible, asking people for help in the first place. That, she keeps saying, maybe we should just quit this if we can't just do it on our own. And she feels so bad asking for help and all these other kinds of things. And I just keep telling her that sometimes when you're going through something rough, you have to ask people for help sometimes. And if they can't help, then they won't help. And help is more than just, monetary. Help is people praying for you and just saying, hey, we're here for you and we're thinking about you and we care about you. And we've gotten that in spades, and that makes all the difference. On days when you feel like you can't go on and somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about you, you can do this, that makes all the difference. That helps you get out of bed in the morning. That helps you keep going. That helps you keep fighting. And that's definitely what we've needed these past couple of weeks. I think without that, we might not have been able to do as well as we've been doing. So we've gotten a tremendous amount of support and caring, and it really has made all the difference, and it is making all the difference. And it's definitely helped morale here with us, especially on days like today where, the day started off horribly and we just thought, can it get any worse? And then it got a little bit worse, or we had these just weird, you've got to be kidding moments, and we just thought, oh God, what's next? And then it got better. And, now here we are, and things are going super good. So, we're just taking it minute by minute, and, so far so good. So I just wanted to let everybody kind of know that the day did get better, and that, the treatments are really kicking Mom's butt right now, but she's a trooper and she's doing well despite the fact that she's in a lot of discomfort and she's tired and she's weak and she's worn out. She's a trooper. She has a sense of humor. She discovered that sub sandwiches are not upsetting to her stomach. She found out that they're, she's able to keep them down really well. And so we had gotten her a sub sandwich the other day, and she wants one again on the weekend. So we were like, of course you can have a sub sandwich. If that makes your tummy feel okay, we'll get you a sub sandwich, because they're inexpensive and they're tasty and they're great. And hey, there are nutrients in that. You can have as much of those as you want. Like, they're healthy. I mean, they're healthier than a lot of other things. I mean, the things that people put into their bodies anymore aren't healthy. And so we've been eating like a lot healthier. And it may not like show immediately, but like, we've been losing so much weight during all of this. It's been kind of crazy. And we've been feeling a lot better. And it's actually, in a weird way, it's been like a good thing for us, because our bodies are feeling better and we're drinking more water, and we're feeling, like good things are coming out of this really bad thing. And we're just kind of trying to focus on that and focusing on all of the support and all of the kindness that we've been getting from everyone. And just trying to stay in a really good, happy, positive place instead of getting lost in all of the bad stuff. Because if we focus in on all the bad stuff, then we're never going to crawl out of that hole. It's just going to be like getting stuck in a rut, and you're never going to get out of it. And we don't want to be there. And I don't think anybody wants us to be there. And so we're just doing our best and hanging in there. And we're so appreciative to everybody who's been so kind and so generous to us in their thoughts and in their prayers and in their comments. And every single day, just being here and just thinking about us has been more than enough help and support. And we're just so thankful to everybody. And it means the world to us, and it means the world to Mom. And even when she's not here, I let her know, that people stopped by, and I let her know people's comments, and I let her know who gave a thumbs up or who gave a love heart or whatever it was. And it makes her day. It really does. And she comes in when she can, when she's feeling up to it. Sometimes she falls asleep, or she's having, a tummy distress moment, or, whatever, and she can't be here. But she comes when she can. And this weekend they're holding a charity marathon on a website called twitch.tv. And a lot of our friends are getting together, and they're trying to raise money to help the situation. And I think that's very sweet of them and very kind. And she's going to be watching that from the hotel room, from bed, and just relaxing and kind of doing that. And usually she's in the thick of it. She's helping with it. She's helping to organize it. She's helping to stream it. She's trying to raise money to help other people for this marathon, because usually we do it to try to raise money to help other people. And this time, we're the ones that need the help. And our friends are kind of doing it for us. And so I'm just so glad that she's going to be able to relax and have something fun and happy to watch, and participate in, and see her friends, and get to interact and have a good time. And it's kind of like that with these lives and with the different posts and things. She'll kind of come in and sit back and watch, and get to enjoy while she's relaxing and resting. She is telling me that she's going to stream a little bit during it, and I'm kind of reluctant for that, because I didn't want that at all. So I'm a little bit upset about that. It's the things I specifically did not want, and had specifically said I was not wanting to have happen, because the whole point of this is that she's to rest. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm really, we're really thankful. And she does get to hear about all the love and support. All right, well, I just wanted to give everybody an update on what's going on. And now I think I'm going to go rest a little bit myself, because this headache is really bothering me. It's right over this eye, which makes me think it's my sinuses still. It has always bothered me. And hopefully someday I will be able to get that sorted so it is not such a problem for me. But it was wonderful seeing all of you, and whether you're seeing this live as it's being recorded, or whether you're seeing it back later on my profile, or whether you're seeing it on YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you'll see the next one. I will keep you posted and updated on everything that's happening, and I'm glad that we're able to have this so we can watch this back, and hopefully as we're watching it back thinking that, you know, that was a horrible time, but we got through it, and we got through it with everybody feeling better and healthier and happier. And I hope that everybody who's watching this is having a fantastic day. And thank you so much, everyone. We love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.